Hello, and thanks for watching. Over the past few days, I've watched the story of the botched removal of Dr. David Dow from a United Airlines jet in Chicago on April 9th. We've all seen the footage, so I won't show it again here. If you haven't seen it or want to watch it again, I left a link to it in the description for this video. Popular opinion on this matter seems to overwhelmingly favor Dr. Dow as the victim of United Airlines, who overbooked this particular flight, a common practice among major air carriers, and bumped Dr. Dow from the flight at the last possible moment so some of their flight crew could fly to Louisville and get rested to work a flight leaving Louisville the next day. Dr. Dow refused to leave the plane, was forcibly removed by Chicago aviation security, found his way back onto the plane, and was physically removed a second time. In another video, we see Dr. Dow being confronted by aviation security, being ordered to leave the plane and arguing with the officers prior to being forcibly removed. At one point in this video, Dr. Dow, speaking into his cell phone, tells the party on the other end to make a lawsuit against United Airlines. My take on this entire incident is that it was wholly unnecessary, and that two of the three parties acted stupidly. The part that may surprise a lot of people is that I believe United Airlines was primarily in the right in this situation. Allow me to explain. When you book a flight with any airline, you are agreeing to the airline's terms of carriage. Within United's terms is a section detailing the procedures and rights of passengers involuntarily removed from an overbooked flight, which United refers to as denied booking in Rule 25 of their terms of carriage, in exchange for reasonable compensation, which the FAA defines as a cash remuneration of 200% to 400% of the cost of your ticket. Most airlines will offer bump passengers cash in addition to a seat on the next available flight to the passenger's destination. If a passenger has to wait overnight, the airline will generally pay for hotel accommodations for the passenger. The long and short of it is that the airlines are well within their right to overbook flights and to bump a passenger from a flight. It was not illegal or even unusual that United Airlines asked Dr. Dow to take a later flight. What is odd is that Dr. Dow refused to leave the plane after being told that his seat was needed for a United flight crew to fly to Louisville. Since it is the airline's discretion to bump passengers off flights, and each passenger agrees to this when booking their flight, Dr. Dow was 100% wrong to refuse. Is it fucked up? Yes, it's very fucked up. Is it legal? Again, yes, it's perfectly legal, and United did nothing wrong. When Dr. Dow refused to leave the plane, United called aviation security to resolve the problem. Again, United was not at fault. The true mishandling of the incident should lie at the feet of Chicago aviation security. They were correct to physically remove Dr. Dow from the flight, but the manner in which they did so was utterly disgraceful. They should have informed the flight crew that the plane would not be allowed to push back until the unruly passenger left, at which point the other passengers would almost certainly have stepped in and pressured him to go peacefully. There was no need to drag him, literally screaming, from his seat and make a huge spectacle in front of dozens of other passengers, many of whom were already shooting video of the ruckus at that time. While the security officers were mostly to blame for the escalation of this incident, Dr. Dow is far from innocent. As I mentioned earlier, the good doctor was on his cell phone when the security officers confronted him and was talking about a lawsuit before any of them laid a hand on him. In my opinion, Dow was making a scene with the express intent of being somehow assaulted, thereby giving his lawyers plenty of red meat to bite into. Now, Dr. Dow will almost certainly be the recipient of a multi-million-dollar settlement by United, Chicago Aviation Security, and the officers in question will most likely lose their jobs. And before we fall into the trap of feeling sorry for this poor elderly man just trying to get home, it bears mentioning that this is not Dr. Dow's first run-in with the law. In 2003, Dow's medical license was suspended following his arrest on charges of unlawful prescribing and trafficking in controlled substances. Dow agreed to surrender his medical license in 2005 after receiving a sentence of 5 years probation. On the day he was arrested, Dow was found in a motel room with his shirt off and his pants undone with another man, with whom Kentucky authorities believe Dow was trading drugs and cash for sexual favors. To be blunt, the man is no saint. That does not, however, excuse the way he was treated by the security officers on that plane. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and share if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one.